So something happened in Port Harcourt a few days ago, around the 4th of June 2025, where it was said a notable socialite by the name of Odogu Melvin was viciously attacked with a knife by his friend and business partner, a young man named CJ. Now, according to the stories, on that said day, it was said that CJ had gone to visit Melvin in his house. And somewhere along the line, CJ brings out a knife and slashes Melvin on his throat. Melvin is bleeding and shouting for his life, begging CJ not to kill him. And somewhere along the line, the neighbors hear the scream and they burst into Melvin's apartment to see Melvin lying next to the door in his pool of blood, face down. And they also see another young man lying too, covered in blood, except in the picture, Melvin is in his underwear. The other said man, CJ, believably, is in his trousers with a white shirt that is covered in blood as well. So the neighbors seeing this chaos, they are confused. Their first thought was Melvin and this young man have been fighting. In an attempt to help these two young men get the medical attention that they need, they realized that only Melvin was injured. The other man, CJ, wasn't injured. And that was when they knew that CJ was the attacker, because CJ was trying to play dead. He was trying to play a victim too. He probably wanted to get away this way. Pretty much uses Melvin's blood smeared all over himself and laying on the floor the moment he noticed that people were forcing their way into the room. He knew that, if these people come in, they would arrest him. So he lays down on the floor along with Melvin to act as though he too had been attacked. Melvin was taken to the hospital while CJ was handed over to the police. And when CJ was being arrested, in the moment he started blurting out that the reason he did it was because Melvin made a sexual pass at him, and that was why he did what he did. However, the only problem is CJ thought Melvin was dead. CJ thought he had actually killed Melvin, so he felt that the narrative is now in his hands. Unfortunately for him, Melvin did not die. He responded to treatment and was able to relay a little bit of what may have happened. And we don't have the full story because neither Melvin or CJ had given an official statement. So this is what neighbors and people who are close to the source are saying. Now, let's go back a little bit, because the one question here is, was this as a result of Melvin making a sexual pass at him, or was this something else? I needed to understand it myself, so I asked the questions that I feel like I needed to know. Although I reached out to Melvin, no response. I tried reaching out to CJ too. But I guess that one is in prison, unless they give him his phone. I still haven't gotten any response from these people directly. The most our sources are getting are from people who know the story and who are closest to the incident. And from what I could gather, Melvin and CJ had known each other as far back as last year. Melvin is a socialite who throws rave parties in Port Harcourt, and he does well financially. He does seem to be doing well.